how's it going? This is my vlog video for July 12th, 2026, Sunday, 2:49. I haven't done a video. I'm stretching right now. That's why I'm laying down. I should have gotten another pillow, but yeah, I'm kind of sweating. Yeah, I worked up a sweat, so that's cool. I was kicking my bob dummy for like the first time. Yeah, doing low kicks, body kick, and then head kick. He's at standing at my height. He's like 5'10", maybe a little bit lower. He's like 5'9.5" or something. Yeah, so I can head kick people my height, but not any taller. And I don't even know, maybe if I was super limber, I could do taller. I think I can stand him up to like 6'6.5" is his tallest. But yeah, I decided to do the video because I didn't do videos because I just couldn't, I wasn't getting in shape. And this is more like a getting in shape vlog. And I just been spending all summer helping my mom getting her stuff out of her basement. She said she's going to be too old pretty soon to do it, and we filled her whole basement up with all this stuff and a bunch of stuff that I could have used. That that I actually bought stuff, you know, like humidifiers and stuff. So it was like staring down there for nothing. But I put it down there and organized it a long time ago. But yeah, and then we have to get it into the garage, and then we have to send it off to like the recycling and donation and all that kind of stuff. It's gonna sell some stuff and for my brothers to take off, and it was just, you know, a little bit every day, and then I hang out like a couple of hours a day. So it was just gobbled up my summer, and then that along with me still kind of setting up my own apartment, like putting plants and stuff, and also, you know, the maintenance of my apartment isn't there's like maintenance to be had here. Like I was working all day long a couple days ago until 1 in the morning cleaning up, because like I'd let it get away, all the messy and the ferrets and everything, poop. Like each ferret can produce up to 3 pounds of poop a month, and I had 5 ferrets, so it was like 15 pounds of poop. And so, you know, and as I'm cleaning the poop up, they're pooping more, and then the next day there's a whole pile of poop. So they're just poop machines. But my mom's like, get rid of them, but I like having them. Like when I'm laying here, a lot of time they just lick me. They'll just lick me for like 5-10 minutes, dude. It feels really good. There's this white female though that bites me like really hard all the time, and so I have to put her away. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, I think stuff's coming together pretty soon. You know, I started, because now I'm having time to actually do stuff, you know, live in my apartment. So last night I was kicking the bob dummy for the first time, and then I started stretching though, because like, you know, the stretching is mostly what makes it possible, but it's also a coordination thing, you know, like I'm punching that bob dummy, and it's not even like an MMA thing. I mean, it does make me more interested in MMA, because I want to see what people can do, and but it's mainly like, I mean, that's a really good way to exercise, even if you're not into fighting. Like, I don't have any desire to do a fight or anything, but just to try to aim, man, for coordination and even power and everything, and it works up a sweat. It's like freaking great way to exercise, and especially those bob dummies, you know. I never thought that you could have like a full-on, like, you know, punching bag in your house, you know, on a second floor where there's nowhere to hang it, but just use a bob dummy. It sits on the floor, you know, and it's better. And it gives you these targets to hit, you know, like the head, and it's realistic and stuff. You have to clear the shoulders to hit the head, so it's good for form. And aim, like doing a front kick to the face is to the nose, like requires aiming and timing, and then the roundhouse kick and stuff. Maybe I'll do like a quick demo. Let me just do a really quick demo. Because I was doing it a little bit now. So like, Where am I going to put this thing? I have to put this somewhere where... Oh, hey, look. Well, there you go. My turtle cage. Oh, my ferrets are actually up right now. I saw a little white one there like 5 minutes ago. So like, you do a low kick, boom, the body, and then head. And then you do roundhouse. So you do front, back. So that you can practice this one, you know, where you go around and go boom. So then this side, boom, boom, and then boom, both sides. And then the front kick to the head. Right, I missed. There you go. Like, it's hard to not hit the chest or miss, and right on the knee, on the chin. It's fucking hard. So you just do this like fucking 1,000 times, and then I have this thing so I can punch him, and aiming the chin is hard too. The aim is hard, but like, you feel how it's just a full coordination, balance and coordination, man. Oh, that's my mom. Fuck. God damn it. Hello?
Hi. So your car's charging.
Okay.
And I couldn't find my handicapped placard in your car.
It's in the middle glove compartment. The middle glove compartment.
I looked and there was nothing there. Are there two? There's one that sits in the back between the seats, and then one that sits forward that has places on top for keys and such.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was in the middle glove compartment. It could be in the side compartment in the door, but you didn't look there, did you?
I looked on the left side for that, but not the right. In any case,
I don't know what to say.
I'm using the one out of my car.
Okay.
So just check and give that one back to me.
Okay.
So yeah, you have 206 miles on it, so you can go another 3-4 hours.
Yeah. All right.
3 o'clock. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can put on another 75 miles.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll pick it up and then go to work.
Easy. Pick up the key.
Okay.
You have to come here for the key fob.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I did the stupidest fucking thing this morning, dude. So I worked yesterday, and then I woke up today, and I've never done this before. I woke up today, and I looked at my phone, and it said that it was 6:30. It was like 6:25. And I was like, oh, fuck, 6:25. Don't I have to be at work at 6:50? So I get up, I get dressed as fast as I can. I put my computer and all my stuff in the bag. I run to the car. I speed to work at like 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. I get to the guy's door 3 minutes on time, and I'm like, woof, wow, I managed to wake up 3 minutes before I had to go to work. What the fuck was that? How did that happen? And then I'm even asking shit, and but it was like looking bizarre outside, so I'm like, is it morning or evening? And I asked ChatGPT or whatever. I tried to look, and it was like, it didn't say a PM, so I'm like, is it morning or evening? I just didn't have time to double check because I was late. And I go in the room, this old guy, he's like, you're early, and I found out it's fucking 6:50 in the morning. Yeah, I worked yesterday, and then I have all day today, so somehow I thought that I had gone to sleep last night and then slept all day today, and then got up this evening. See, like my brain, I think I might be suffering from COVID, some long COVID, because my brain has been really loopy. I've been doing lots of loopy stuff like that. Like, I clocked into the wrong day the other day, and so I was like, fuck, and I had already clocked in, so I hope I get paid or whatever. I'm not busted, but... So anyway, I was like, fuck. So then I came to my mom, I was like, well, I might as well charge the car. Because today's Sunday, and on Sundays, it's like impossible to charge a car at the dog park. Everybody's there. But at 6:50 in the morning, I was like, well, maybe. So yeah, I managed to get a spot, and so then I called my mom. I was rattled, so I called my mom and I took her out to breakfast at Dots. It was like 37 bucks. And then I came here and I stretched, and it made me really groggy, so I had a nap for a few hours. Then I came back out here and stretched, and then did some kicking. Yeah, and that was my day, you know, and it's 3 in the afternoon, and I go to work at 6:50, so I think I'm just going to go pick up my car and then go to work directly with my car, but because I have to give my car to my mom in like a couple of days, like 4 days. It's Sunday, and I think it's Thursday, because her 2-year leases run out, and that's the whole reason I got that car. I got a 25 Nissan Ariya Engage Plus E-Force, the fast one. And so I'm just like, fuck it, let's just drive that thing as much as I can now. See, this is a good stretch. Yeah, so anyway, and then I came, so that was the bonehead thing, because like, yeah, another problem that I've had this summer is I've had like physical problems. I guess aging. I guess I'm suffering from aging. You know, aging hits you at a different age depending on how fit you are, and I wrecked my body, not fit. Everybody knows. I've broadcasted to the world the last bunches of years, decades. I literally don't exercise at all. And it got to the point that, like, when it was like a year ago, when I would like lay in bed and like do my legs out, they'd only go that far because I was so tight. I got stuck like that. So you know, now at least I can do that. But like, so like basically for, like, I thought I was going to get back in shape, and I easily could have gotten right back in shape. But you know, I hit a certain age, and it was around 50 when that happened, and where I just couldn't do it because like I'm so tight, you know, like all of my myofascia got like calcified, that if I were to do any kind of like exercise, all it would do was tighten my muscles and make it so that all the calcification in my muscle fibers would just never get rid of all the dead muscle fiber, circulate it out or stretch out or anything. It would just get tighter. Like it would be like almost destructive. You know, like you hear people like talk about, because I was reading a book the other day, like about a guy who had to get like a chiropractor and a masseuse to like take care of his back that got blown out after years of loading dock work or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, how do you blow out your back? And my brother said the same thing. He was like a furniture mover for a bunch of years and like blew out his back, and now he has like a weak back. And I'm thinking to myself, why do you have a weak back from doing that? Like, wouldn't it make you stronger? Well, not if you're not stretching and you're just aging and you're not stretching and you're doing the same movement over and over again. You're just making your muscles tighter and tighter and tighter until it damages your tendon, you know, and then you've got a bum back. So you know, and like, you know, muscles are kind of like something that once you build, they're there forever. It's kind of like a crocodile, you know, they get bigger and stronger. And so it's like, you know, old man strength. It's like I've lifted weights. I've lifted enough weights in my life, and I've been strong. Like I benched 225 8.5 times. It's on YouTube. Just type Kyle Pounds bench press 225 8 times. And yeah, and then I did the drop setting on that, and so it's not that I need to, like, if I want to get in shape, that I should be lifting weights. Like, I already built the muscle. Like, if you look me with my shirt on, it's not like I'm a skinny dude, and it's not all blubber. So, like, if I basically what I need to be doing is just stretching, like reactivating the muscle that I already built. And then, so that's why, like, for an entire year, dude, like, I've been trying to get in shape for a year or two. And I just don't do anything. I don't lift weights. I don't ride my bike. I don't run. I don't do anything, because all I want to do is stretch. And that's all I really should do, is just stretch until I get to a certain level of limbarity. You know, and I can kick a 6-foot-tall guy in the head multiple times. So I'm kind of back. It's kind of good. You know, so maybe I'll start. And I can feel it immediately, too, like when I'm walking, my posture. And I'm also stretching my shoulders. In fact, maybe I should show you the shoulder stretch, because this is, like, if you're old and you totally wreck your body and you all of a sudden you have like time or whatever, or all you care about is getting in shape, and it's like a time no object thing, like a good thing to do for you would be to do a shoulder stretch. And I'll show you my shoulder stretch real quick. You just do the same stretch like all day long for years, however long you need to. So I put my hands together, I put my shoulders way back, my shoulders get hooked underneath the pillows of my couch, lock my hands together, and then I put my butt down and I just hold it, and it just forces it back. And then I would put my back flat, and then there's other variations too. There's like where you actually grab your hand on the wooden frame like that and sit down. Ow! Anyway, that hurts. And you just cycle those variations, and it whew, I mean, let me tell you what that does. Like, oh my God. Hey, rascal. Ugh. Here's my little brown one. This is my little brown female. Yeah, how are you, little girl? Yeah. That's the least friendly one. The least social one. The one that kind of doesn't want me to handle her. And follows me around the least, but she still follows me around. I lost one like a month or two ago. He fell off my deck and broke his back, and I had to euthanize him. Anyway, so, and another reason that I haven't been doing anything, I think I've had some kind of either long COVID illness or heart disease, because like a lot of the time, it happened just a couple days ago, I'm like sweating profusely. Like you couldn't sweat anymore, like dripping in sweat, pouring down my face. Like my pillows, both of my pillows are sopping in sweat. My whole bed's sopping in sweat in the middle of the night. And yeah, and I did have some tightness in my chest even, right here. And it was like a tight muscle, but it's not my pec. It was like inside my body, and yeah, but I wheeze and stuff, and so I don't know. And then I'm foggy headed, and that's all heart disease, and it makes sense because I just been like laying down for like decades. But then it could be like COVID, because I've been really foggy headed. But as far as like foggy headedness goes, like when I stretch, dude, oh my God, like, and for the longest time, and I guess it's not happening as much anymore, but when I stretch, like if I hold a stretch like this and I stretch it, and I have to kind of concentrate all the way on it. So I'm listening to audiobooks finally again. A bunch of ones that I like over and over, and going to expand it. I'm doing Montesquieu for like the third time. I did Tocqueville, Democracy in America 3 times last week, and now I'm doing Montesquieu, and I'm going to do all of those, because then I watch Curtis Yarvin, because I'm going to do a bunch of Curtis Yarvin videos pretty soon. He's a joke of a human being. Yeah, he's exposing the San Francisco tech billionaire as being all retarded, but I'll do a video about that later. But yeah, I would like stretch, dude, and it would just knock me out. Like I'm like releasing, you know, all of this like energy from the past that got packed in there. My samsaras. I'm releasing my samsaras. My comic samsara. Dude, I'm just like, oh, whoa. And then I get out and I'm like brain dead. I'm like in a trance. Like I can't think anything. My body is like groggy. So that's why I had a nap. Because a lot of times I would stretch and then I just want to sleep. It like puts me to sleep, and it's like, so like, yeah, like all I want to do is stretch, but then I get up and I'm walking around, you know, and I feel like my posture's good. So yeah, I'm just trying to get my, I guess my youth back, you know. If you're totally out of shape from old age, I'm 52 and I don't exercise. So imagine being 52 and having not exercised. And I have proof that I haven't exercised. I've been doing vlogs forever proving it. But you're gonna, and then you want to get back in shape, dude, like you're gonna have to stretch. Like the way to get your youth back, you have to limber up your hips and your shoulders, dude. Otherwise you're gonna look like you're hunched over, and it's just and it takes a long time. So listening to books is the perfect thing. So I have like zero goddamn desire to do anything. Like run, I'm looking at my watch and I'm like, okay, I have like 3 hours. Oh, I'll be here stretching the whole time. So, and even like kicking the bob dummy, you know, I kick the bob dummy a little bit, I work up a sweat. And then I'm like, okay, let's stretch and do the video. And after this video, I might be like, well, let's just keep stretching. Like, who gives a shit? But anyway, another reason that I'm doing the video now is because of changes in my life. You know, like my mom is going to get my car and is cleaning out her garage. I finally cleaned up my garage, my house. Here, I'll show you my house right now because it's taken forever to get it to this point. This is a certain stretch I have. Those are hamstring stretchers, and I have 2 of them. So I can stretch both my hamstrings at the same time, and maybe even do a stretch where my legs go way out, doing my inner leg stretch, and then I could have like a strap go behind my back and strap on here and hold it up. I was thinking about doing that. Anyway, here's my house. That can be hung in my bedroom. But I have it out here because I'm working with it. I stretch with it, and the dumbbells too. There's my Savannah monitor. He's not tame. Here, I'll show you. He doesn't like me. I think he's hungry. I need to get him more food. But, see, check it out. Check how untamed he is. You're scared, aren't you? Say hi. There you go. He's all freaking out. Like, yo, look at his blue tongue. Anyway. He's cute. Monitors related to the Komodo dragon. Okay, so, and turtle's asleep, frog is asleep. My bearded dragon is up. Yeah. And my birds, where are my birds? There they are. They're my birds chilling. But anyway, the other day, I put these plants in here. So I got those plants, and I have to make sure that those stay nice and wet. And then look, plants here, plants all the way up there, all the way there. Got my 100-inch TV. And my entire wall is mirror. The entire wall. From there to there and then down almost to the floor. Here, I'll show you. Whole damn wall is mirror. In 2 panels. Anyway, that's my car. That's my gas car. My 2003 Mazda Protege. Kyle Powell. That's me. Anyway, so then I ordered more lights. See, look at how healthy my plants are. So then I ordered more light. I'm going to put one of those lights here so that when I clean, I can see all this shit because it smells really bad here all the time. And then I can put a bunch of those plants all up here and then across the top there and then one there. And so anyway, I got that one. I don't think any of my fish are alive right now, because I haven't figured out a way to clean those and take the water out. I bought a pump, but I haven't figured out how to use it. Anyway, these are pothos. That's not pothos, that's something else. But these guys are like genetically engineered pothos. That's my Aria. Only mine is black. 25 Nissan Aria. That's a green one. Anyway, I got that because I wanted to get one of those. Anyways, so look at how healthy these pothos are. So now I have this light. So what I'm going to do pretty soon, whenever I get around to it, should probably wait to get my back checked. That was another thing that happened. I haven't been getting paid, but then I want to get a bunch of plants up here and then put a bunch across there and there and have this thing just loaded with plants and have this on all day long. So I come in here for my shower and it's just plants everywhere. But like, I just went overboard with the plants, but you can see how they're all perfectly healthy, which is something I've been working on. I figured out that pothos is really the only plant that you can count on surviving. Like, that's not pothos. And the only reason I got these non-pothos is because they just didn't have pothos. I cleaned out their pothos. But this plant does pretty good. I can't remember what it's called, but it does okay. These ivies do okay. But the pothos by far, this one I think is getting like too much light apparently, which is bizarre because it's like down here. But like pothos, see, this is taking me forever just to give the demo of all my plants. Where did this guy go? Did he die? I haven't seen him for a couple of days. There's this little dude. Hey there, little guy. Whoops, he's all scared. Hey there, little guy. Anyway, so there's those, all the pothos there. Like there's no place in my house where there's not pothos. I'm gonna cover the whole wall there with pothos. Once I get more, I've got Look at that one, dude. Look at that. Look at how big that one is. That's one plant, right? See, these plant, that one died. That one is still alive. I don't know if these get enough light, but see, I can still buy more plants. It's expensive when you add it all up. So I bought pothos fertilizer, and whenever I plant pothos from now on, I'm gonna do it in like the highest quality dirt I can find, so they live the longest. Oh no, I forgot to give them water today. What a bonehead. So these plants are doing good. Little Froggy's sleeping. He's right there. I usually water them once a week, and I just water them, all of them together. It takes like 20 minutes, half hour. And I carry 2 of them around with me. But, and this I've had like 5 years or longer, 10 years, I don't know. This one, look at that pothos. Because it's getting natural light. Look how far it goes down. The birds ate my, aloe vera. Oh no, this needs water. Fuck. And then there's actually usually more light in here. I took those off because I was watching TV and it glares. But those little, what are those called? But those are easy to take care of. But you can see how the pothos is just glowing. Anyways, here, let's water that sucker right now before I forget, because that thing is wilted. It's like we're in the dead of summer and whoops. And it's like hot. Everybody's noticing that it's hot. So anyways, see, look at that. See, the idea is just to have it look like just plants everywhere. You don't even know where they come from. It's just, you're in the middle of the jungle. But so it kind of takes a while to finally get a hold of it. So anyways, but another reason I'm doing the video is because like another changing thing that happened, life altering, a couple days ago, and I'll even do a goddamn demo. These motherfuckers. A couple days ago, 3 days ago or something, ChatGPT suddenly stopped creating images for me. Basically, the thing that I do all day long is I create images, and my credits give me about, I pay 20 bucks a month, credits give me about 120 a day. But each image has like a dozen images, so that's 12 times 120. It's just a shitload of images. And I've been doing it every day since they came out with it, like around Christmas time. And then a couple days ago, they just stopped doing it, and they don't know why. I just lost my my ability. So if you try this, it'll work. If I try it, it won't. I got banned. That's the story of my life. I'm banned from everything, and I'll continue. I'm basically banned from everything now. So watch this. Give me an image of an apple. Right? Give me an image of an apple, right? So what it does, it says, oh yeah, sketching it out. Yeah. Making the first draft. Yeah. That's the ticket. Yeah. Setting the scene. Yeah. How about that? Let's set some scene. Yeah. Polishing details. Yeah, let's polish those details. How about it? Like it. Finishing up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's finish up. Oh my God, look, it made an apple. You motherfucker, it's like the goddamn double slit experiment. All of a sudden it works. Dude, this changes everything. This changes everything. What the fuck? I've been doing this test. Oh look, all of a sudden look, the image is back. See, I've been hitting retry. See, look at the thread. And it's like, can't do it. Like, it almost comes. And so I'm like, retry. Look, it fucking came. Oh my God. Oh my God. But the problem is, it only made it once. And then it just did it again. Look. So then it does what I said. It says, blah, blah, we're about to do it. And I'm like, okay, retry. Oh, look, it did it. Oh, wow. Oh, we're back in business, baby. We're back in business. Okay, good. So never mind. And anyways, it's good. Woo! That's a relief. I was freaked out about that. I thought they had shut me down. But I'm actually currently shut down on Dreamweaver. Because I wanted to have one book. Please God, can I have one book that has the images on it? It's just as like a demo book. That makes sense to you, right? Doesn't make sense to God. Because I tried to do it with Livy. That's like my first book that I do everything with when I get to a new level. And it wouldn't do it. It would just shut down the page. So I was like, all right, fine. Livy's a big book. We'll break it up. So Livy has like, I don't know, all these books, these different chapters. I don't know. It's got 1,000 chapters, but in the books, 45 books or whatever. So I get the first book out, and it's maybe the size, it's just a couple of pages, right? And then I get, like I broke it up, and it's just the first chapter. So then I try to paste an image on that first chapter. No, I try to open up the first chapter so it opens, and it just spins around. And I tried it like a week. I tried it a bunch of times, dozen times. And I tried it where I would open the page at evening, and then I'd look in the morning after 12 hours, 8 hours, and it's just still spinning around. And it's the smallest, tiniest little page. It's just the first chapter. Just the first chapter. And Dreamweaver won't open it. Because somehow Dreamweaver knows that I want to put ads, attach images to it from Flickr. So it won't open it. And then I tried it like a week later. I was like, maybe it's a bug. So I tried it a week later. And then I tried it on a whim like a month after that. Same thing. It just spins around. And it's a similar thing that happened to me a couple of years ago with Cyrus, The Education of Cyrus. I needed to paste it was my first book I was going to do it with because Xenophon or whoever wrote it. It was just an alphabetic thing. And Aristides, I don't know. Whenever I would paste on the menu page for it, the menu on top of the page, it would tweak the whole page. It would like garble it. It'd get garbled. And I was like, holy shit. So I had to back out of that. And at one point, my New Testament, if you want to know what garbled page looks like, go to my New Testament on my website. That's what I mean by garbled. At one point, my New Testament got garbled, and I didn't realize it, and I uploaded it. So now I only have the garble, and I'm like, so I went on all of my external hard drives, and I looked at the New Testament on all the external hard drives, and they're all garbled on it. So this happened like a long time ago without me even noticing. So that's a project. I have to rebuild the New Testament now. But I don't know when. But like that's anyways. And that happened. And then I did a bunch of Google Earth stuff, and then I tried it like a year later. I took like a year off. And then I opened up another book, and it managed to do it. And then I managed to actually open up the pages. But so this is what I'm dealing with now. I can't even put images on Dreamweaver because Dreamweaver won't open, even if it's a tiny little page. And then on top of that, the fucking ChatGPT wouldn't make images, text images. Just wouldn't do it for days. It's like, nah. So I thought it was like a conspiracy thing. But now apparently it'll do it. But that's because I'm doing the video. I turn off the video and then I'll try to do it again. It won't do it again. That's why I'm like, what the fuck? You're doing it when I have the video on and I'm doing the goddamn demo? But I try for 3 fucking days, dozens of times, and it won't do it? God damn. Well, at least hopefully it's fixed though. Because that's going to really piss me off. I'm like, yay, we're back in business. And then it's like, nah, we're not. Not back in business. These false starts. You know, I get false starts up the ass from God. I don't need it from people. So that's why, yeah, that's actually a decision I'm not going to deal with people. I get enough frustration from, like, my computers act like temperamental little 13-year-old bitches. Why in the fuck would I hang out with a human? So yeah, if I hang out with a human being, they better be more consistent than a computer. Like, emotionally consistent. They better do what they say. They better show up when they say they're going to show up. Because my computers act like a bunch of fucking third world little fucking bitches. So, anyways, Apple. I was doing that Apple test a bunch of times right before this video. Anyways, yeah, so I was just getting my mindset into not being able to use ChatGTP to make images while everybody else does slop. But I do have my work cut out for me though. Like tonight, I'm splicing the images from what ChatGTP built. You know, because ChatGTP built. See, now I can show you. All of a sudden, these images are all of a sudden here. Like, what the fuck, man? When ChatGTP makes the images, and apparently, well, which one is it? This one. So, what the fuck? It's not listening to my fingers. Okay. So, that has 9 images. So, I would have to go and split that up into 9. Now, something like that, that's actually not many images. Usually, it's more than that. If I could get an entire day's worth of just doing 9 images like that, I would zoom right through it. But a lot of them, it's way more than 9, dude. It's like 30. It's like a whole bunch of them. But sometimes it's 4. But anyways, yeah, so I've got my work cut out for me, man. Just to catch up to the ones that I already have on my computer. And then I have to get the ones off chat. I actually lost all of my images from ChatGTP up until like a month ago. Because I don't know how. It's just I think it's some kind of. So with AI, like, it doesn't carry over. So if you buy like a plan on your computer, it won't work on the app. And that's how Grok works now. Luckily, that's not how ChatGTP is now. But so I was using ChatGTP for $20 a month, but then I would run out of credits, and I finally got frustrated. And I'm like, well, what if I just get, because they're always advertising, get more credits. So I'm like, all right, so I got more credits. So now so I was like for $30. So I thought I was just paying $30 instead of $20. No. I was paying $20, and then on top of that, I was paying $30. And this is all under the same account. It makes no sense. So I'm paying $50. But then I was like, and I was running out, and I'm like, well, let me get another one. So I was paying $2 $30 plus the $20. So I was paying $80 a month for a couple of months on ChatGTP. And it wasn't increasing my maximum limit because it was all under the same account. So then I went and I canceled the 2 $30 a month plans. But ChatGTP decided that the $30 a month plan that I was paying for was the one that all of my images were attached to, even though they weren't. When I first started using ChatGTP, it was the $20 a month one from my phone. And that's the thread. But then the thread somehow got moved to the $30 a month one. So when the $30 a month one, expired, it deleted all of my chats, every single last one. Luckily for me, I had already downloaded all the images onto my computer and onto my external hard drives, so it's not lost. But it did get lost a few months ago. I got my computer. This is like a recap of my last 6 months. I got a computer in like November, and then I started doing the images in like December, around Christmas time, halfway through December. And then in like March or something, March or April, my computer dies. My brand new $4,200 computer that I got, Apple Macintosh, that I never dropped or anything, or got wet or anything, just died. I was working on it here at home, and it had perfect power and everything, and it just went black. And so I sent it in and they had to wipe it. And so I lost everything on my computer. And it was before I backed it up on the hard drive. And I was having a premonition too. Premonition. I was like thinking to myself as I'm working, I'm like, you have to back this up today. Your computer hard drive is going to die. You know, and then the other voice is like, why would your computer hard drive die? You bought the computer brand new like 2 months ago, dude. Like, why would it die? I'm like, no, it's going to die. It's going to die. Back it up. It's going to die. And I was just freaking out. Like, I would think about that all day long. Only I wouldn't think about it when I'm at home. The only place I could actually back it up, because it's not like I carried my hard drives around with me. And then the fucking thing died 3 months after I bought it. So I spent like 3 weeks, all of my time, all day, every day, for like 2 weeks or something, just downloading images off of ChatGPT to get my images back. Like, I did it immediately once I got the computer back after like a month. After a week and a half they had it. And yeah, they wiped my hard drive. So I finally got the images back. I downloaded on the internet, and then I kept going. And then I made sure, because I was going to cancel the thing, so I made sure that I got all of the images onto my computer up to date. And then I canceled it, and then sure enough, they deleted my entire chat history. And so, but now I have a new chat history with a whole bunch of images on there for like the last month that I want to get off pretty soon, but I kind of want to get done with these, the splicing that I'm doing now before I download the new batch. But yeah, so then when I got here and it was like I can't make images anymore, I was like, well, I guess it's not that big of a deal because I have my work cut out for me slicing the images I already have. But the problem is I have like 100 or 120 image a day limit that I've been using it every single day since Christmas because I get to work on my phone. I'm like on my phone like this all day at work, whether I'm at work, whether I'm in bed, whether I'm at my mom's house, whether I'm walking down the street, walking down the aisle of the supermarket, in bed with insomnia, stretching. I'm just always like this because it takes a couple of minutes and it takes different period of time depending on how much text there is, you know? Like if it's just like 5 words, it'll zoom through it in like a minute. So I just look for it a minute and then it's done. Or a minute and a half. But if it's like a big chapter, you know, it's like 10 minutes or something. So, and it doesn't, and I have it clicked to notify me whenever it's done, but it doesn't work. So it doesn't notify me. So anyways, so if I have to take a sabbatical from it not wanting to work with me, that means that's going to like, you know, I still have to finish these books. So it's going to just drag it on, you know. And if it turns out it's an AI bubble and it crashes before I'm done, you know. So it's pissing me off. So now that I have supposedly back in business, I'm happy. But I'm tentatively happy because I don't fucking trust it. You know, I'm Mr. Murphy's Law, you know. If something can go wrong, it will. That's me. If you're really onto something and you're busting your ass and that's all you care about, like everything that goes wrong is going to go wrong. That doesn't happen to anybody else. Like you're not going to be able to open up your Dreamweaver page, even if it's one page, a tiny page, and no matter how many times you reinstall the program or restart the computer, it's just not going to happen. And then all of a sudden, ChatGPT is not going to make images for you. Why? Who the fuck knows? Make images for anybody else, not for you. And then I had another problem. Oh, Facebook shut me down. Because I couldn't do my ChatGPT as I'm at work, like sitting around at work with my phone, right? Sitting around or whatever. I do Facebook. So I just paste, hey, I found Atlantis on Facebook to all the new groups. Because there's always groups that I can put a Facebook to, like that I haven't followed yet, or all these groups coming and going. So I do a couple of posts, and nobody responds to me, by the way. No like, no comment, no nothing. In the beginning, it's bizarre because in the beginning people did and now nobody does. So it's like, is it only the same 5 people looking at all the Facebook groups? I don't know what the fuck it is, but anyway, if I go on Facebook and I paste a couple times, then when I go to Facebook to click on the icon of Facebook, like this, it's just dark. So like now I have Facebook, right? But if I were to, and this happened for the last 2 days. So if I were to get on Facebook right now, luckily it resets. They're not permanently banning me. But if I get on Facebook and I do a couple of those, like I did maybe 20 of them 2 days ago, and then it went black. Like it's just a dark screen when I hit Facebook. So I was like, all right, I guess I can't access Facebook. And then yesterday I was like, oh look, I can access Facebook. So I pasted one, and it went dark for the rest of the day. So like maybe I could even do a demo right now, show you how it goes dark. They straight up deactivate my ability to post on Facebook if I post on Facebook. I mean, they deactivate my ability to even look at Facebook, to access Facebook. It's just dark. So that's 3 things. But one of them was happening up until now. Well, actually 2, Facebook and this, but I don't care about Facebook. But the ChatGTP was happening up until right before I did this video, and it only got fixed right now. So if I stop this video and then I try to do an image from text and it doesn't work, no matter how many times I say retry, I swear to fucking God, tomorrow I'm going to do an uploaded video on my vlog. I'm going to have a vlog just to vlog about how my computer won't work. I'll be like, hey, guess what? It didn't work. It did in the video, but it didn't work when I tried on my own. So, you know, wet noodle. You know how somebody doesn't want to cooperate with you like a little kid? And so you pick them up and they just go limp on you. They turn into a wet noodle. I feel like I'm getting wet noodled by society with my website. Because nobody comments on any of my, and I'm not saying I'm frustrated, but it becomes like, because nobody comments on my Facebook, nobody comments on any of my website or anything I do on my website. Even if I do a vlog, like this vlog won't get a comment, and if it does get a comment, it'll be like, oh, you're so weird, or well, you shouldn't have let your ferret die, or something like that. Or somebody might be like, hey, welcome back. There's this Italian pianist who likes to watch me. But I don't really care, but it gets fucking frustrating when it spreads to the computers. And the computers start behaving like humans. And the computer's like, oh, I'm not going to post it to Facebook. And you know what? I'm not going to make your image from ChatGTP. Nah. You know what? I think I'm not going to open up Dreamweaver this time. No. No matter how many times you try, we're just not going to do it. On top of society, it's like, wow, I'm getting wet noodled. What the fuck? I hit like a pressure point. You know, like society is so allergic to actual education, like history, that I found the pressure point where like you push it and people are like, oh no, don't do that. Okay, we're gonna avoid, pretend you don't exist, like history. Like, hey, I'm gonna attach images to the history books. Oh no, you don't exist. You either don't exist or we gotta shut you down. Like the IRS is probably gonna try to rob me of my house again. Last year I had to pay $3,500 to the IRS because apparently I didn't do my taxes right 4 years beforehand, and they did this a decade ago to me also. And I didn't get the letter out of my letterbox in time, and I looked at my bank. They had already taken $250 out of my bank. They took the money right out of my checking, and so it was like 65%, something enormous, 100%. They were going to take $200 out of my bank account, and this is in fines. Fines. It didn't go towards the money I owed. It was like immediate emergency interest fine payment. Yeah. So they were just going to take, so if I didn't have the money, they were going to take $250 out of my bank account every week until I had nothing, and then I still owed the $3,500 a month, and it's up to me to pay for my bills and shit. Luckily, I happen to have $3,500 in my house HELOC loan, just that much, a $70,000 HELOC loan, and I had spent $67,000, and I happened to have $3,000, and I paid it off. And when I called, they were like, and then when I accessed my IRS account, there was no record of them ever sending me a letter or ever calling me. They don't call you, but ever sending me a letter or an email or anything letting me know. Until I got the letter, just out of blue. Yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that happens too. Right? So it's, you know, some people just skate through life. Like Curtis Yarvin, he says that we need to get rid of democracy and start an oligarchy, and he just gets to go on all the presentations, and they clap for him, and they call him an intellectual and all this kind of stuff, and they give him the money, and he makes the millions. Just skate through life. If you're on the right team, if you're on the wrong team, like me, the team of make a website, then it's IRS, It's Dreamweaver shutting down, ChatGPT shutting down, Facebook shutting down, people acting bizarre, like you don't exist. So fucking weird, man. Either you don't exist or you're like this big villain. I used to be this big villain, and at least they stopped doing that. But yeah, man, like fucking hell. So that I'm happy. I shouldn't be rattled. I should be happy. It's just bizarre that it came back online as I'm doing the video. Anyways, but as far as the stretching goes, yeah, I'm like not in the mood really to do anything when I'm in the mental state that I'm in after I stretch. Like I'm like blank mind. Like I don't have a single thought. It's the most bizarre feeling. It's like a switch. It turns off my thoughts. And this is as I'm walking around after the stretch. I'm just like, and then I feel physically, it's like a drug. And I cannot describe what drug, but like I was thinking about this, like what drug would I describe? And I think it's the closest drug it's probably crack. Because when I was in San Pedro, Lake Atitlan, I smoked crack with these guys a few times, and I felt good. And then when I was in Chile, I smoked really bad crack. It's called pasta base. It's the goo at the bottom of the metal thing that drips down from when they make the high quality crack. They have that goo, and then they would scrape it off, and it's not even white. It looks like a little bit of white in there, but it's mainly like honey. It's like brownish and black even. And you go down for $3, you can buy like 5 hits of pasta base. And my wife didn't like that, but and I didn't ever get hooked on it, but I smoked it a couple times. Like I'd even go and buy it and come home and smoke it. And the next day you're like rattled. And we would even do cocaine. We could get a gram of cocaine for $10 because her friend who lived across the street was a dealer and sold it to us. But so that's like the closest thing I can imagine. Like you smoke a bunch of crack and you have this like body high. Crack is a body high. Like your whole body, you feel like you're flying. Like if you ever want to know what it feels like to like all of a sudden you're like floating through space and like all the effervescentness of like bubbles of life floating through you, bliss, physical bliss, that's crack. And that's what it felt like when I'm done stretching. I stand up and I'm like, whoa, I can't think anything. And I'm like there's this, it's like Kundalini. If you meditate, once I meditated on acid and I did this with my mom, and I did this like Bon chant, where she chants exhaling and also chants inhaling for like 10 or 20 minutes with her while I was on acid and I was doing the chant. But I stood up, dude, and I had Kundalini, dude. Like I was like, it was like gravity didn't exist. I could feel a flame going through my whole body, and the energy was like water. It was flame. Like flame is an even more fluid and pure energy than water. It was like air. Or flame is even more than air. I don't know. It was just like flame going up. I was just like floating, dude. I was like, whoa. It's kind of like that. You're just like, whoa. And I can't think. And so I have no motivation to do anything. And then I get groggy. You know, and then when it really starts work, I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like, I can't stay awake. And it's like, why am I falling asleep right now? I did this yesterday. Like, I slept all day yesterday. And then I slept last night, and then I'm sleeping today. It's like I'm getting caught up on years worth of lost sleep, and I have had years of lost sleep. Like for the last bunches of years, I wouldn't get that much sleep because I wasn't exercising. I basically barely was eating, and I was barely sleeping. I would eat once a day. I'd go to Taco Bell and have like Taco Bell or something, or I'd get a pizza, and that's all. I'd have like a pizza and a banana and apple. And I'd look back on the day and be like, what did I eat today? Oh my God, all I had was a pizza, a banana, and an apple, and a protein drink. Wow. Because I'm not even hungry. And same thing with sleep. I'd go 3 days at a time without sleep a few times. I went 2 days without sleep on the regular, like all the time. But then I would be like, I'd do videos and I'd barely be able to talk without yawning, and like tears would just be pouring down my eyes because I was just like, body was trying to sleep, but mentally I was awake. So so then I start stretching, and like all I want to do is sleep, and it's like I'm getting caught up with the sleep from before. So like you can have sleep deprivation from last year that you have to catch up on this year. That's what it feels like. But like when I'm getting these stretches, and that's what happened today. I slept today. I slept, I don't know how many hours, but because I stretched just a little bit, and it just knocked me out. And so, yeah. So that's my idea of getting back in shape, dude. Like, if I want to get in shape, man, if you're like a 20-year-old watching this, dude, I'm in a completely different world than you are. I'm in a completely different body. Completely different set of physics. Like, I've already built my muscle. I don't need to build muscle. If I want to be physical, like, my problem is balance. My balance is off. My coordination is off. I'm tight. And as a result of all of that, I'm weak. And like, if I want to get my physical fitness back, like, I should not lift weights, dude. I should just stretch. Like, that's what I should do. And that's what makes me feel good. So anyways, I'm going to sit here and until I have to go to work, pick up my car and then go to work. I'm going to sit here, stretch, and then I'm going to go and hit that bag again. And it's a totally different mentality. Like, if I was younger, I'd be hitting that motherfucking thing as hard as I could. Like, rah! But now I'm like, dude, no. All I want to do is hit my mark. I just want to hit it. Just hit the mark. Make sure and just remember the movements. And then I'll gradually bring it up. Yeah, so anyways, my demo today, I'm not doing that bad. And the reason I was able to kick his head is because for the last year and a half, 2 years, at least a year, I've been stretching. Just stretching all day long. All I do is stretch. And so anyways, that's what happens. Then you can hit the head. So I'm going to do, I would like to do a video vlog every day because I think I'm getting my shit back together finally, you know, like my house is clean. But then I got to call the IRS. I have a really bad feeling the IRS has got something really nasty cooked up for me. But I'm afraid to. That's why. So, because I also, like, I'm not getting out of debt. I'm $100,000 in debt, $70,000 HELOC, and then $30,000 car. And then every month I accrue credit card debt because my expenses are so high because I bought that light. I bought a bunch more of those plants. Because, like, if I buy the light and then the plant pots, that's like a couple $100. And then if I buy the plants for it, there's another couple $100 that adds on. But then yesterday, day before yesterday or something, finally I was like, fuck it, I'm going to take my time trial bike in. I have a Specialized Shiv time trial bike that I've only done 2 rides with. And I want to ride it, but I want to do that bike with big rides. I want to do big rides. And now they finally have the technology to be able to ride through the night. Like, you could never ride through the night. If you're going to ride through the night before, you'd have to have like a 50-pound pack of batteries with you, man. Like, and finally the technology is such that they have invented it where your bicycle can power the light. Yeah. And it's like, so now I can do all-night bike rides, and I want to get into the habit of doing all-night bike rides because you know, I've gotten myself into sleep deprivation. I like doing the sleep deprivation thing and riding. So I want to do enduro bike rides just from staying up all day long. And now I can do it. So I took it in to the bike shop, but the guy said that they didn't want to do it, too complicated. But that there was a guy at University Bikes who does that stuff. So I called University Bikes, and yeah, they said they could, and I went down there, and sure enough, out comes this young dude with one of those, like, handlebar mustaches. All the young dudes these days out here have handlebar mustaches. It's funny. It's like those 1880s pictures. Named John. He's like, I can do it. And, like, yeah, but apparently it's going to be, he just said it's like $1,000. It's $665 just for the rim. It's $5 per spoke. I already bought the Dynamo hub for like $450. And then the light is going to be $350, and I don't even know if he remembered to include the light. I don't think he included lights. It's going to be like $1,300 just for my front wheel. Because I was going to buy the light from him too. So I had the choice between doing the 1,000 lumens or the 750 lumens, and I chose 750 lumens because the light was smaller and the cable came out the back, so it's way more aero. So it just fits the bike more as far as aero. So there's another big ass expense, but now I'm gonna have a freaking street weapon from hell. There's this big 160-mile mountain bike ride I want to do, and I haven't figured out how I'm even gonna do that ride as far as the lighting. But when you're mountain biking, you're not riding as fast, so you don't need the light as much. So like maybe I'll just do it on a full moon, you know? You just do it on a full moon and use the full moon, and maybe like just bring like a much weaker light that could go throughout that night. And but I also bought the dynamo for the multi-day trips. It's really useful for multi-day where you don't have the time to sit around and charge the light because you want to be on the bike riding. And so yeah, now I'm armed and ready to do a multi-day bike race, like a race across America or race across Europe. I've got that on mind. I want to do one of those because I never, when I was younger, I never looked at myself as a sleep deprivation guy, but now I do. Now I look at myself as a sleep deprivation guy, and I don't even care about sleep deprivation stuff. I don't see that as something that's unhealthy to me. Something that's unhealthy is like where you let your tendons and your muscles get out of whack. But sleep deprivation, brain health or whatever the fuck, like, dude, if you do that every once in a while, it's not that big of a deal. Dude, I was doing sleep deprivation for decades. At least a decade here. And I'm still alive, so. Anyway, I do feel like I'm going a little bit senile, though. Like, the thing that happened this morning was just like, I don't understand. I hope they don't find out about that. But that's the first time I'd ever done that, so I only let something happen once. From now on, if that happens again, I'm just going to make double, triple sure that it's the right time, the right 6 o'clock. But that's why they have military time. But anyway, that's my vlog. Supposedly, I'm still moving forward with ChatGTP. Hopefully that was just a couple day hiccup. Tonight, I'm going to splice. So I'm about halfway through images on all of the history books. Every single book ever written, you're welcome, retards. Every single book ever written in history in any country that's online until the fall of Rome. Gregory the Great, about 650, was the last book. There was Dark Ages, literary Dark Age, that went from Gregory the Great to Thomas Aquinas. And I think Thomas Aquinas was 1450, and Gregory the Great was 650. So the Dark Ages were 800 years, where there was not a single book to be spoken of in Europe. If you want books, you have to go to the Middle East. You have to do Avicenna and those guys in Baghdad. But there was nothing, or maybe Cordoba, I don't know, but there was nothing coming out of Europe until between Gregory the Great and Thomas Aquinas. And so I have every single book until Gregory the Great and the images from it. Probably at least 500,000 images in total it's going to be, probably up to 1 million. I'd guess about, if I had to guess the most accurate, maybe 750,000 images, but could be 1 million images when it's all said and done. But I'm halfway through now, and I've been doing it 6 months. So I think in about a year I'll have all the images done, and then maybe another 6 months or a year after that, and I'll have the images on my website. And then I'll be able to tackle the other projects on my website, like my Google Earth stuff. So I'm just a worker. I just work. I'm just a worker bee. And, my patience, though, my patience and my respect for people has gone down. Like, I used to care what people thought about me. And now I don't even understand the concept. That's another thing that's changed with me. Like, there's a difference between a 20-year-old and a 50-year-old. And one of them is the physical. Like, a 50-year-old just needs to stretch to maintain. But mentally, the difference for me anyway, like I used to like people. And wanting people, like caring about what people think about you, that comes from liking them. Like I used to like people. I used to respect people. I used to be like, yeah, you're cool. I see the beauty in you. I would like you to like me. I'll explain to you what I'm doing. Now, I'm like, you're an idiot. I don't like you. And I don't even care about what you think about me because it doesn't fucking matter. And I think that about everybody. I'm like, why was I ever, and now I'm like, but my mind is boggled. I'm like, why did I ever care about what people thought about me? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, there's zero utility to that. In fact, it hurts you. It hurts you because then you start trusting people. And when you trust people, that's when you start losing things, you know? Like there was this idiot named Oak back in college. And I borrowed my friend Andy's kayak because I was going to kayak maybe without even asking him. I drove to his fucking house without asking him and took his kayak. And I had it at my house. And then this idiot named Oak was like, hey, can I borrow your kayak? And I'm like, where are you going? He's like, oh, the lake. We're just going to the lake. And then he ended up taking it to the river and sinking it. And I'm like, hey, can I take me to the part of the river where you sunk it? He's like, no, it's lost forever, no. And I'm like, no, but just as a favor to me, because now I'm fucked over from my friend Andy. Because then Andy got really mad at me. He's like, what the hell are you doing taking my boat without asking me and then you loan it to somebody? And I'm like, for him, he's like, no. He wouldn't even do me the decency. And then the next time I saw him, he was this big dick again. Yelling at people. Like he moved out of this house and then he didn't take his stuff with him. And then he comes back a month later and his stuff, his little chair was moved into the kitchen and he was screaming at everybody because they put his chair in the kitchen and didn't respect him. I was dealing with a moron. And the reason was because I liked the guy, even though he didn't deserve it, and I wanted him to like me just because I thought we were friends. And so I loaned him the boat, you know? And then like I did a road trip with these people and I paid all the gas because we were going to get reimbursed from the school. So, but then the girl wanted me to, because she worked in the environmental center, wanted me to give her the receipt because she was working and didn't have anything to do, talked me into it. And she was the same girl who was like, I ain't the one paying the money. I ain't paying it, the gas. And so she just took the money for herself. She's like, oh, I gave it to him. And I'm like, why? Oh, I don't remember. Good reason. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad about it? You fucking trust people. They fuck you over. I got on all 3 of the leases in college in the house. All 3 of the utilities. In a house filled with like 16 people. Nobody paid me. And then when I would tell people, hey, this person, they'd be like, what are you complaining about money for, motherfucker? So then I got a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't want to keep in touch with any of them. So that's what happens when you care about what people think about you. Then you start trusting them with money and your time, and then they fuck you over. But it's the same thing with, my website. I'm like, don't compliment me on my website. If anybody compliments me on my website, and I've never had a compliment, and I thought that I would, and I never did, but now I'm like, don't even do it. Because I will think that you're just being fake. You're trying to get something out of me. Or you don't mean it, or you're just an idiot. And even if you mean it, I don't care. I'm immune to it. I don't care. I think you're an idiot. I think you're all idiots. I don't care what you think about me. I don't like you. If you all died, I wouldn't even care. Like there was this boat of like 1,000 immigrants or whatever, 300 immigrants that capsized off the coast of Greece and they all died. Like 5 years ago, remember that? I didn't care. If I found out, but if it was a bunch of Americans, I wouldn't care. If it was people I knew, I wouldn't care. If a plane fell out of the sky in Denver and 50 of the people were people I knew, I wouldn't care. I don't care. I think you're all pieces of shit. I'm building this website for the next generation. That's who I'm building it for. People who aren't even born yet. I care about them, but I don't care about you because you're just not worth it. So that's how I feel. I don't know how I got on that diatribe, but it's perfect for me though, because I get to finally focus on my life. Like the whole reason my body is so wrecked is because of this website. But the reason I did the website is for the world, because I wanted to do something positive. And so now I owe it to myself. I need to respect myself and get myself back in shape. And so I'm just going to spend every single spare second of my day stretching so that I could eventually lift weights and do the other sports and stuff and get myself fit. You know, and I was thinking about this the other day, you know, like I need to be around to finish the website. Like the website in the end isn't going to go as far if I die. And I'm not going to live that long if I live like this, dude. So, or like I have been. Not like this now. I'm getting better. But I'm not fit enough to even exercise. That's the problem. So like, so my advice for somebody who's like obese and the doctor tells them they have 6 months to live and they might as well try to get in shape. but any kind of movement is just painful to them. Emotionally painful too, because it brings up emotions and they just feel bad and they sweat. My advice to you is do what you can. Just baby steps. Just do whatever you can, because it's going to get better, but it's going to get better really slowly. Like me, I've been stretching all day long for like 2 years or something, and I'm still tight. I still can't touch my toes, dude. So, yeah, I'm not going to be one of those old people who like was fit their whole time and then they like gradually lost their strength but never lost fitness. I'm the guy who went deep into. I know exactly what it's like to be one of these couch potatoes or these office people, librarians, dumpy people. I know what it's like, and I know how hard it is to get back in shape. But the key, there's one key you have to know that makes it easy, and it's not hard. Just don't overestimate yourself. Just don't push yourself too hard. Just do whatever you can. And so that's what I'm going to do. Like, I'm going to kick that thing like a little pussyfoot. I'm going to pussyfoot that guy. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to break up in this huge sweat anyway. So anyways, that's my vlog for the day. Talk forever. Yeah, maybe now I'm doing it again. See, I've been smoking weed too. That's actually the real reason I haven't been doing a vlog. I've been smoking weed. I'm afraid to admit that I smoke weed because you're not supposed to smoke weed for my job and I want to get fired. Fuck it, dude. If I get fired, I get fired, man. I can't play this game. I can't play this hide the truth game, man. And I don't know why people insist on that. It makes no sense, dude. And you would never back it up if you had an argument with an intelligent person about this. If you get a bunch of smart people together, the verdict is always going to be, just let the person say the fucking truth. Just allow them to say the truth, please, without firing them. Okay, so yes, I've been smoking weed. And when I smoke weed, I have zero desire. And the reason I've been smoking weed was to do all this work, right? Like, just to keep focused on the work, keep focused on the house, and and stretching, and also stretching. But I'm not anymore. Like, I quit. I think the last time I bought it was a couple of days ago. It's not like it's been that long, but I know that I'm done now because just everything's changing. It's slowly coming back together. It got postponed for like a week because Meta first came out with it, and then a couple days later, Grok did. I have the $300 a month Grok plan. It's called Super Grok Heavy, and I got it for $100 because they had the $100 for the first month deal. So I got it, and then I'm going to go back to the $30 a month Super Grok. Super Grok and Super Grok Heavy, I think, are the same thing. It's just that Super Grok Heavy gives you more credits, and because I was turning images into video, and I was just like floored. At first, I was floored with what Meta could do, because Meta gives it to you for free, unlimited. But Meta's quality isn't good, and it doesn't always work. But if you go to Super Grok, it's way more. They have the videos do way more and with way better resolution. It's like perfect resolution. So I was just collecting all the images that I ever wanted to, and I did everything to them. You edit the image, like I've been doing karate, like a part of this martial arts. I've been getting images of people, modifying them, like sexy girls, making them look muscular, and then having them do specific karate moves on each other in different scenarios. And I saved it. So I can use these later for when I make videos, when I make movies. Because I've been doing funny scenes too, and it has a sense of humor. I didn't include this. I did a video about AI like a week ago, and I didn't talk about this because it's before they came out with it. It was like the day before. And then like literally the next day I get Super Grok and I start making the images and I'm like, holy shit, this is totally different. So I was like, I gotta be high for this, dude. So that's why I postponed the getting sober by like a week. Because for a week I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's doing, and then sometimes it misinterprets you and it makes just funny scenes. Like I had Steven Seagal. I did a screen capture of Steven Seagal in his first fight. Whatever, when he was really skinny, and it had him like dancing around, And it did this on its own. All I said was turn that into a video of them fighting, and it had him dancing around all funny. And they have him making funny facial expressions, and you can have him say whatever you want him to say. I mean, dude, there's half the world probably right now is just hooked turning images into video. And if you're not hooked turning images into video, go do it now, because I think, dude, Super Grok's only $30 a month. Go pay your $30. Upload images of yourself having conversations with famous people and saying stuff with famous people and looking however you want. Dude, you will get lost. It's fucking insane. I'm like, oh my God. I had like this existential epiphany of like, oh my God, like we're in the freaking future now, dude. Like, holy shit. So yeah, I was doing all those and I collected them. I have like thousands of images, and that's why I postponed. But then finally I broke free. So I just think it's really interesting, the serendipity of, I'm like aged out, dude. I'm like too old. I don't have enough testosterone. I can't get a boner at all. Like at all. Forget about it. In the morning when I get up, no matter what time of day, it doesn't happen. And now that I'm not smoking weed, it's over for me. It's over. Unless I get in shape. I start exercising and I develop natural testosterone. But I would have like fucking like thought that was the sexiest thing ever to like watch fiddle with all these hot girls and doing sexy things and making them dress scanty and do martial arts and stuff. And to do it like at this technology, but I'm too old. So like right as I'm aging out, right as the twilight is coming, when I'm really too old and too out of shape, I got that 1 week. And I'm like, my lungs can't take the weed anymore. Right when they came out with it, I was too old, but I got that 1 week where I got to pretend where I was young. At least intellectually. It wasn't like I was, I don't think, I barely had a hard on doing this stuff. Barely. Physically, maybe like once or twice. It was all intellectual. And then I was like, wow. So then I'll use it later for, and I did collect a lot of cool scenes. Historical type stuff that I can use on videos later. So, but now, yeah, now I know that what you can do with it. So I can make I can do my Boulder Rome now. You know, I can act and be in ancient Rome after I build the Rome. It'll take forever. But the Boulder Rome movie. Yeah, maybe I'll end up doing, I need 20 years to do Boulder Rome because 50 days is a day. And so to get through 1,000 years is 20 years. It takes 20 years to get through 1,000 years. And I was going to do 1,000 years of Roman history. But it would take 20 years. And that's if I do it every single day. But I'm not going to be ready for a long time. So let's say I bust my ass 20 more years or 18 more years, and I'm 70 years old. I'm 52 now. 18 more years, I'm 70, and I'm finally like, okay, I can do Boulder Rome. I'd be working on it till I'm 90. Dude. So I gotta giddy up. I gotta bust my ass, because it realistically could take 18 years just to get ready to that point where I can start doing it, because of all these backed up projects I have, and every single thing I have on my website, it doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. So I'm not a hack or whatever you want to call them. I'm not a derivative artist. You know, like somebody comes out with Armageddon. So then the next year or whatever, 6 months later, somebody has to come out with Deep Impact, you know? I'm not like Bruce Lee, the replacement of Bruce Lee, you know? I'm not somebody trying to perfect, you know? I'm not like whoever that guy, I'm not redoing Romeo and Juliet for the 50th time. The reason that I put every single book ever written on one page with the images next to it is because the only other alternative you're going to have is like Perseus or archive.org or there's some other ones, Google. It's just a repository. It's like basic tech. It's not even useful. You can't do anything with it, because if you do text to speech, it'll read all of these different like footnotes they have and all the numbers, which will take you out of it. and then you have to click to the next page. It's only 250 words, and it just doesn't work. So if you're going to do text to speech and listen to a book, look at be able to read the different size versions of it, of the different menus, see the images of it all. The only place where you're going to get that is on my website, and that's why I built it, because it didn't exist. I only build stuff that doesn't exist and needs to exist, because I have a life. I would like to be an athlete having fun outside. So that's why, and it's also, it's bizarre that I'm like immune to getting any kind of donation money or acknowledgement of my existence, because it's like that's what needs to exist. But people are like, nah, we don't read. It's like, wow, people literally don't read. That's why somebody like Curtis Yarvin can get up in front of a whole auditorium and people clap and call him an intellectual, and him go, America's been rotten since the beginning. We need a dictatorship. This democracy shit sucks. And just give the stupidest reasons. Like he said, and he just like randomly mentions it too. He'll be like, oh yeah, and by the way, like he'll give all these reasons why democracy sucks and we need a dictatorship. And it'll be like this insular reason all by itself that he doesn't even explain. And then he'll give us some random other reason. So one of his random reasons is Alex de Tocqueville, in his book Democracy in America, said that there's less freedom of thought in America than anywhere in the world. And that was 200 years ago. So, hello? That's his argument. And what he was talking about, and he didn't even explain it, just briefly, what he was talking about was when you come to America, there's a lot of peer pressure. He's talking about peer pressure. And people are very tribal. And it's like these group of people, these people have very strong opinions. So he just doesn't like peer pressure, tribalism, or strong opinions. Those are the fucking techniques he uses. Peer pressure, tribalism, and your strong opinions without backed up. So he's just a fucking hypocrite. He's describing himself. He's everything that's worse about America and nothing that's good. But Alex de Tocqueville also said, like in Europe, there's all kinds of people who believe everything. And they don't believe, and there's groups of people trying to espouse ideas, and they don't do it to try to cause change. They do it just to sow the seed of the idea. And so they had more freedom of speech in that sense than I guess America did. But that's the whole reason why we need to have freedom of speech, because if we have whatever he wants, the dictatorship, you're going to get like Rome, and that's when nobody had books. That's why the books shut down. And most of the books actually didn't shut down in Gregory the Great. They shut down after the end of the Republic. All of the books shut down. The last one was like Seneca, and Seneca got, I think, killed. The last authors that even writ anything got killed as like examples. And that was it. There's nothing. There's nothing, and people don't realize this. People don't think about this. There is no book, not a single book out of Rome, from the very, very beginning of the empire, like Seneca, like Nero, the very beginning of the empire, like 50 BC, 50 AD, until the Christian writers from like the 350s, when they start talking about like Jesus and Christ and stuff. And those people are just talking about Jesus. They're not talking about like politics. It's a totally different subject to stuff. It's more like abstract, stuff that I guess you couldn't get in trouble for. So, like, the Roman Empire killed freedom of speech. And so this Curtis Yarvin has just the wrong idea. He's like, we should go back to like how aristocracy, like ancient France. He doesn't understand that like Alex de Tocqueville loved America. Alex de Tocqueville said over and over again how democracy was the best, and a million times. Alex de Tocqueville said, in the future, every single neighborhood's going to have a newspaper, and that's exactly how it should be. So if Alex de Tocqueville told him about the internet, he'd be like, oh yeah, American culture is everybody has a website. And that's proper democracy, is everybody has a website. That's where it's all going. And so for Curtis Yarvin to get up here and be like, I'm an intellectual, he has to remind everybody. He also has to remind you he's a computer scientist, because he enrolled in a computer science program at Stanford or whatever, but never finished it. So that's like another thing fake ass people do. they enroll in a class, and then because they enrolled in that class, now that's what they are. Like Lex Friedman taught like a weekend seminar at like MIT, and so now he advertised himself as an MIT professor. It's like, what the fuck? You know, somebody. So like, anyway, but he gets away with that. People need to develop a habit of actually reading, like the classics, because that's the. And you know, another thing I think to myself when I'm reading these books, I'm like, these people are fucking smart. Alex de Tocqueville, and you know, Montesquieu also, but Alex de Tocqueville is so freaking intelligent. Like the way that he writes and describes scenes and his thoughts and other people's thought patterns and everything and his insights is like mind blowing. Like they're like remind you how stupid people are now, because we're just diluted with all the craziness going on, and now we have Trump. Andrew Jackson was kind of like Trump. We had two other Trumpish presidents, Andrew Johnson and Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson was basically like Trump, but he was even smarter than Trump. But so we'll get through Trump, but I do think that we're getting dumber overall. But I think it's a temporary. Well, no. That's as far as like, yeah. We're getting dumber overall in terms of like our discourse. You know, if somebody like Curtis Yarvin can get up there and call himself an intellectual and get his claps and have these, like, here's another argument this idiot has. He was doing a debate with people, and I'll do a video about him later, and I'll turn this off quick, but because I'm only at one bar. But he was doing a debate with people, and one guy is like, dude, Curtis, like, why are you saying that democracy is worse and the world is getting worse? The world is getting better. Like 500 years ago, like, go to France or something, and you know, they were burning people at the stake, and they were having, you know, the religious wars and all this, and listing all the problems with stuff. And Curtis Yarvin goes, oh, you think that that this democracy is better? So, like, you really would want to go back to primitive times, like the kingdom of Benin? And so he just flipped it around on him, oh shit, I forgot my train of thought. Yeah, I need to, oh fuck. See, it's part of my brain's not working so good today. Yeah, he contradicts himself all the time. That was an example right there. Like, he's saying that, like, the world doesn't get better because of democracy, but anyways, I'll explain that one later, but another crazy ass hypocrisy he has is, so he says that America is actually a dictatorship anyway, and it's all the fault of the Democrats because not Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin Roosevelt ran the America like a dictator, like a CEO, and so because of him, because he won it the presidency 5 times. Oh shit, I'm about to run out of energy. We're like a CEO, but then he'll turn around and be like, the president is like Camacho, he has no power. And he'll like say that in the same sentence. So he's crazy. He's crazy. And I've got a bunch of examples like that. So anyways, I'm about to run out of juice. That's my vlog. I'm going to upload this right now. So I'm back in business. And my head is clearing up because I'm not smoking weed anymore. Yeah, so I'm going to start exercising. And I think I'm limber enough where I can actually, like, run and lift weights and like, kick and stuff without just feeling so wonky that all I want to do is stretch. Because, like, I'm sore. Like, when I stretch, my muscles are sore all the time. Like, tender to the touch. So there's something bizarre going on my shoulder, too. So that's why I wanted to stretch, because it feels so good. Stretching out that tenderness. And then I stand up, and I'm like, whoa, man. It's like a mystical experience. Anyways, I'm going to upload this now. And I think I'm going to start doing videos every day. So you can look at how my face is going to change. I'm going to like lose fat on my face. Because I'm still fat as hell, dude. I haven't weighed myself. I don't think I can because I don't have the battery in my weigher. I have to go and buy that. But yeah, I think I'm back in business now. All right, talk to you later.